to call for a vote on the approval of the Charter of the United Nations
for every member of the human family.
From 1945 to 2025, the United Nations has been committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, solving international problems, and encouraging respect for human rights. Is this path harder now than it was 80 years ago? The answer, it depends. It depends on devotion, ambition, courage, persistence, and in hopefulness. 8 decades of service, a future worth fighting for.
Let's say when you boarded on the fishing vessels, but you found drugs. Then what is going to happen? For the maritime crime, there's no boundaries. My role was to make sure that the partnership is strong.
Known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka is also surrounded by turbulent waters. This island country is the 5th duty location for Sigisong of South Korea.
With the vehicle, they come from there.
this branch, all inmates.
This is one of the prison facilities supported by UNODC. Inmates here are mostly serving sentences for possessing drugs.
In this part of the region, the main problem that we see is the drug trafficking at sea.
The Golden Crescent and the Golden Triangle are the world's 2 largest illicit drug-producing areas. South Asian countries are desirable to drug traffickers because they have long coastlines that provide numerous remote locations to move drugs secretly.
Trafficking of drugs are being done by the fishing vessels, and those are the small fishing vessels. And then one of the reasons that the fishing communities are getting involved in these illicit activities is because of the overfishing. Those fishermen, they have no more fish to catch, and how they can survive. So it is easy to fall into the organized criminal network. So what we're trying to do is also to integrate the criminal justice approach to the fisheries management system.
Shiji's team do not have the law enforcement power, but they can support the local agencies to do the work more effectively, from arresting to prosecuting. On this afternoon, Shiji embarked on a 7-hour journey from Colombo to Trincomalee, where a VBSS drill was about to begin at the Navy base.
Today, this is a case of illegal fishing scenario. This BVSS, which is a vessel visit, board, and search and seizure operation, is important. Just, to make sure that the boat is secured. But now the fishery inspector will be here, and then they will look for fishery-related evidences. Because they wouldn't know what kind of fish is illegal to catch. In normal VVSS training, we have a Coast Guard and the Navy officers who are actually boarding on the vessel. But today, we brought the prosecutors and the fisheries department. My role is to bring these civilians to this maritime law enforcement exercise for them to be aware of how the boarding operation is actually happening, and also for them to understand how difficult it is to preserve the crime scene on the vessel. The vessel is moving, it might be raining, the water might contaminate the evidence, the sea could be very rough. It's also salty. There are a lot of elements that can destroy the crime scene.
With Shiji's coordination, these prosecutors will intuitively understand how to promote the Navy's ability to preserve evidence at sea, making it meet the standards for prosecution. Then, Shiji brought these prosecutors to the next training spot. At the Navy headquarters, the UN ODC supported the establishment of the Information Fusion Center to identify suspicious vessels.
We need some beforehand preparation, we need certain systems put in place which can be activated when these incidents occur.
This is the work that mostly Navy is doing in this part of the country. Other national stakeholders, for example, the fisheries or the prosecutors or the police officers, they are not familiar with this type of technologies. So instead of a UNODC explaining how this detection should work, I believe it is actually best to bring participants to the operation centers and then witness by themselves how our national counterparts is doing the work.
With this foundation, the authorities are becoming more capable of making customized rules for their waters. However, the water borders are shared. No one can tackle transnational crime solely on a national basis. That's why Shiji organized this legal conference at the South Asia level.
I look forward to our productive discussions and the innovative outcomes to harmonize the legal frameworks in our regions, such as the joint patrol between the South Asian countries or creative ways of managing the confiscated vessels. Then I hope that they can also, make a call the other day, and then when the Coast Guard find the bad guy at sea, they can, make a phone call to the Ministry of the Fisheries to get the information. So these are the kind of networking opportunities for them to actually share the operations, for them to work together.
After suspects arrested at sea are handed over to authorities on land, the next step is giving them a fair trial. The UN ODC has already handed over 3 fully equipped virtual courts in Sri Lanka.
This is a virtual court we established in the prison. Currently, we can see that the criminal hearing is ongoing. So you can see the judge over there, and then the camera is basically linking to the virtual courtroom. So it's same as the suspect is actually at the court. The idea actually came during the COVID time, because when the movement of the prisoner were restricted, then the justice should be continuously delivered, because the delayed justice is the same as a denied justice.
Her relentless drive didn't just move cases, it has impressed those who have worked with her.
She was very passionate and very active. I can remember, I think the first day I met her was on the Christmas Eve, 2022. No one would expect any officials to work, but she made a visit to my office just to discuss the plans for 2023. Whenever we wanted assistance from UNODC, both formally and informally, she has come forward to help us.
Shiji's dedication to her work is most likely due to the fact that she dreamed of working for the UN since she was a teenager. The first South Korean UN Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon, made her feel that her goal was not as far away as she had imagined.
So when I was 16, I had a 10-year plan. And my 10-year plan was actually get the International Civil Servant contract at the UN. And I made it.
Since joining the UNODC in 2015, Shiji has moved from hotspots on the East African plateau to dangerous areas like the West African coast.
I was based in Abuja, in the capital city. Just to give you an example, the compound where I was staying, my neighbor was kidnapped. I was not choosing the duty station because it's a good country to live. I'm going to that country because the work is attractive. The assignment that I'm going to do in that country is attractive.
Established in 1997, UNODC has spearheaded over 100 projects in 150 countries and territories,
targeting drugs, organized crime, corruption, and terrorism.
we, UNODC, we are the guardian.
What I like about the UN is that we are not dependent on the national interest. This is all about the neutrality. It's for the entire international community, but it's really about, the humankind. 하지만 포기하지 않고 꾸준히 문을 두드리다 보면 닫혀있던 문이 이제 조금씩 열리는 것을 느꼈습니다. 내가 하는 일이 실제로 변화를 만들어내고 있다는 것을 느낄 때가 가장 감동적인 순간이었던 것 같아요.
和平。